Hello, welcome to Season 3 of At the Movies, and this is Episode 5. We'll be talking about Wreck-It Ralph, which I saw in the cinema February, I think, when it came out in the UK, and we watched it recently.
Recently? We watched it in March.
Okay, well, this
over a month ago.
It's recent history. Wreck-It Ralph, computer-generated animated film by Disney. Pardon me?
Excuse you?
Yeah. At least I didn't burp. That's the main. I didn't burp! Wreck-It Ralph is basically Toy Story, but with video game characters. That's kind of the comparison people have been giving it, where it's set in this arcade where there's all these arcade machines, and inside the arcade machines, the video game characters, they're living, real kind of entities, and when the people turn the games off, they go about their normal lives. They go through the plugs of the arcade power supplies, and they all meet up and all this kind of stuff. And it's set around a character called Wreck-It Ralph, who's the bad guy in a game called Fix-It Felix, and it's kind of a bit of a kind of twist on the Donkey Kong game, the original Donkey Kong game, where you had Donkey Kong on top and then Super Mario had to jump up and get him and stuff. But Wreck-It Ralph, he feels excluded from the community in the game that he's in, because there's Fix-It Felix and all the people who live in this building that he has to fix, and Wreck-It Ralph has to destroy that building. That's the game. So they all have parties and stuff, and they don't invite Wreck-It Ralph because he's the bad guy and he just sits and sleeps in a pile of bricks outside, so he feels like that he's you know, not a real part of the group kind of thing. So they're like, oh, you'll never get a medal like Fix-It Felix. So he's like, I'm gonna go get a medal. So he leaves the game, which you're not supposed to do, and he goes into other games to try and find a medal, and then this big adventure ensues, and it's really good. I think if you're a huge gaming fan, like a huge gaming fan, then you would love the film. Although at this point, who hasn't seen this film? Everyone has seen this film. But I'm not too much of a gaming fanatic, so I'm sure most of the references were lost on me, but I did get a lot of them. There's so many game references throughout the film that it's just really interesting what you're doing now.
What did you say about metal?
Oh, medal. I thought you said metal.
Okay. Metal.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just didn't...
They sound the same, so it doesn't matter what they said.
Okay. I don't even know if that was picked up on camera. But, anyway, I'll leave it in. Wreck-It Ralph, yes. Lots of game references. Very well done. For me, it wasn't as good as people were making it out to be. Like, the story was just very familiar, you know, and just... because he meets this girl in this other game and they become friends, and then like their friendship is jeopardized, and then he's got to kind of sort it out at the end. It's very, very just generic storyline, really. It didn't really bring anything new to the table for me, but I did enjoy it. But I mainly enjoyed it just for the whole gaming nostalgia of it.
It's like, what else should they do then?
No, I know, but it just wasn't... I don't know.
It's basically for kids. It's a story that works.
Yeah.
It's easy to understand because there's a moral.
Oh yeah, no,
all that stuff.
I think it's a very good film. I give it 8 out of 10, by the way. But I just I don't understand like how people are saying that it's like, oh, it's amazing. It's like the best animated film I've ever seen, and all this, and the story.
Nah,
the story is, you know, I've heard people saying that, and fair enough. If you enjoy it, then that's cool. But I don't enjoy it that much. I think it's very good. But the story didn't bring anything new to the table for me.
It's been so long since I've seen it, so I don't remember like enough to go into detail. Because well, you already explained everything. He keeps doing it, and then it's stuck in my head for a very long time. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was colorful.
Yeah.
My favorite character in it was that little girl from the Candy
game.
Candy Crush Saga.
The glitch.
Yeah.
The glitchy girl.
Yeah, Glitch. She was cute. It's almost like I want to like get a new kitten and call her Glitch or something.
That wasn't her name though.
But that's what we call her. What's her name then?
I have no idea.
See,
Completely forgotten.
He doesn't remember.
Completely forgotten. But she was a glitchy character.
Yes. She was my favorite. I enjoyed all of it. Like how different all of the games were. Like some were old and some were new. Like that battle something game, whatever. With that woman with the cool hair.
It was like a takeoff on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Heroes Duty, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah. And how there's always like a bad guy in there or something, and then, you know.
It was a fun world to explore in a movie, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I believe that for kids it will be even more exciting to watch because it's easier for them to fantasize about stuff like that. Like,
Definitely.
When I turn this game off, they come to life.
Yeah.
And like the excitement in that.
It's the same thing with Toy Story. I remember when Toy Story came out and I was a kid and I got the toys for Christmas or something. I'd leave them in my bedroom and I'd go downstairs. And I'd go back up and I'd see if they'd moved, you know? Like, how old was I then? 95.
Or, you know, walking into a closet hoping you walk into Narnia.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss that.
What,
actually
you miss
believing it.
Narnia?
Yeah.
What haven't you been telling me?
Well, you know, to me it was 150 years ago.
So,
no, but for if I was a kid, I would love it a lot more. I do appreciate animated movies like that because I'm really fascinated by it and I love stories like that. But it's not my. It's far from my favorite. Like, it was good. It's worth watching again, but I think I'll give it a 7.5 because at times I was a little bit bored. It was a little bit slow sometimes.
yeah, I agree with that.
It was good, but it wasn't as catchy as a lot of other animated movies are now. It was like Shrek 1. Awesome! Should have left it at that, you know? Just should have left it.
And we went to see, I think it was in 2011 or 2010, we went to see on a whim Shrek Forever After.
Yeah.
And we left it thinking, that was good, but it really wasn't needed.
No, it was unnecessary. It was, like, enjoyable, but it was like... I haven't seen it since. I think there was, like, some wrestling thing going on in it. That was, like, awesome. Maybe that was the third.
I think that was the first one. Anyway,
No.
anyway, so 8 out of 10 from me, 7.5.
No, it wasn't the first one.
Yeah, in the first one they have a match in a wrestling ring.
Hello there.
Just saying. There was also a short film that preceded the film that was shown in the cinema, and we watched that as well. That was the Paperman.
Oh,
that I would give.
I love that.
I would give that a 10 out of 10
Yeah.
because it was just an amazing short and it was hand drawn. So that's always awesome to see classic animation Disney style, and it was just a great little short. Go and see it. It's probably online somewhere. So.
You know, you draw by hand even though it's on a computer.
No, I know.
You
But
use your hand and your brain. It's not like a clicking thing, because then it's drawing itself.
well, no, because they create models and then they manipulate those models.
Yeah, but they have to do it by hand on the computer.
Yeah, but they don't do every frame by scratch.
You wouldn't be able to do it
They
without
build
a
the
hand.
backgrounds and then they use that background as a reference, so they don't have to draw every frame. You know, well, I guess they did that in classic animation as well.
No, of
actually.
course, yeah, of course they don't draw the background.
Okay,
all the
well, I'm
time.
just
It's
saying.
like comics.
I'm a fan of classic animation. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, go on.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're gonna
Thanks.
argue when this video is over.
No.
So. See ya.
Howdy-ho. Bye.